Alright, welcome back. Last time we were here, I realized that there was an area of the castle that I've always had trouble getting to, and I might have found the way. And I wonder, there was like one of those messages on the ground that seemed like it might be a developer message. I wonder if they realized people were missing the path and then added that sort of specific clue. I'm going to get down because I'm not going to deal with these. Or rolling through any flying creature is really the trick. Yeah, there we go. Now, there's probably a monster down there that's going to be a giant pain to deal with. I don't know if I can actually do it. I know I say that a lot, but when I say I can't do it, it's not that I can't do it. It's just that I don't want to subject you to watching me try 35 times and failing. But yeah, this is it. This is... Now, I confess, I've only been here once. I don't recall what's down here specifically. Got some rats. Didn't realize I was that close to death. How to get a counter. I don't know if you can finish with a counter, but that might have helped to save that health potion. See, now I have the souls I need to level up. Which means I probably should not be doing this. Am I going to be able to... That's different colors to it. Usually they're gray, red, blue. That one sort of had like a grayish blue magic sort of sparkle to it. So I guess it made sense that it gave a spell. Can you actually get up there? I don't think you can. I'm not seeing how you would. Alright, I'm just going to assume you can't get up there. Yeah. You know what I'm going to do? I think I have a sacrificial twig. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this in so that if I die, I don't lose my souls. I do lose the twig, though. And then I start back at the bonfire. I can drop down here and try it again. I'm going to also drink this because I need to hopefully bring him into the fight. You know what? I'm going to drink this, too. So I'm in on... So these things are annoying because they flail around like crazy, and well, they also hit hard, but also it's tough to it makes the camera flail around, tracking them. But they oops. But they move around so much that without tracking them, it's tough to follow. Okay, so I'm going to level up That'll take care of most of my souls. I might try it one more time just to see. So you can see the sacrificial twig did what it's supposed to do. What else can I possibly... That's going to give me more damage. I don't want to take more damage. Maximum stamina, recovery speed. So now, I thought I saw some yellow tinge to it. I don't know if that becomes lightning damage, if that would take care of it. I'm going to recover stamina faster. I don't know if that'll help, but it might help if I need to sort of... You know, I lower my shield just for that split second between attacks to try and get some stamina back so I don't get completely blown out of the water. I guess I should actually go down the proper way and get that item over there. It's hard to know, you know, the stamina regeneration is faster, but, you know, it's not that I can actually tell, if that makes sense. You know, it's not that I doubt it, it's just that in practice I'm curious how much I'll actually notice. You know, is my gameplay so precise and my skill is so advanced, obviously I'm being sarcastic, that, you know, those small differences actually are the difference between me succeeding and failing. Or would it be better to have just more stamina as a whole? See what happens. It's a little disappointing that I can't bring the headless into the fight. I figured I'd be able to do that, but... Playing it super cautious here because I want to have as many resources as I can going in, so that I get obliterated slightly more slow. And then I blew it there anyway. Oh, no, you're down. All right. Can't remember if there was a bat somewhere around here. Guess not. So yeah, I mean, I definitely don't need that counter. So maybe there's a better... See how much it raises my HP. Feels all, again, it's not a ton, but maybe every little bit helps. No. There's one place in a later level where you're literally fighting like 3 of these or 3 of these in a row, or it's just total pain. Okay, that could have been worse. I thought I was going to maybe get killed there. So I tried to refill my FP flask with that unsheath. So there you can see how like it flails around so much, it's really not possible to track without some kind of lock on. Oh, golden seed. I mean, that's worth it. That's either an extra flask or being on your way to an extra flask. At some point, you need more than one to get the next flask. I think at some point you're doing like 4 or something. So, Prince of Death's pustule. So I'm not going to be able to say I know what the lore is or claim to have original thoughts on it. Again, I probably got something from Duckfeed TV's Bonfireside Chat, but apparently that item mixed with this, is it that face or is there something else here in the wreckage that, because it looks like it's somebody's head with some arms sticking through. Like this is all sort of got some lore implications that I don't claim to understand or clearly remember. But again, it's these little things that, in one of them I was saying like everything about these games is very deliberate. And I feel like this is one of those instances. Like nothing is here by accident. There's like they're never going to explain it to you directly a lot of the times, but there's some concept or story somewhere that's sort of driving how the world comes together. And I feel like that shows. I feel like that's why the worlds are always of such high quality, because it's not just, not to take anything away from like procedural generation, but, you know, or not to take away things from other people that put together handcrafted worlds, but there's something here. There's a real purpose to it that, a degree of purpose that is just not always found in these games or in games in general. So like, you know, let's say Skyrim, I know they have like some kind of procedural AI or whatever that, you know, picks a quest and then puts the stuff nearby where you are, if that makes sense. So it helps you find the content, which is great. You know, the more you see of a game, the better, right? But at the same time, things end up in places that they don't, they might not necessarily mean anything per se. I don't know if that makes sense. So I feel like there must be a way to get around this guy. Like I wonder, like, if I could actually just cheese him through a doorway in bows and arrows. Probably would be tricky with his shield. Anyway, but yeah, so like there's a whole story to what we just saw that, you know, you can go look up and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, you know. And I think that's a real, you know, testament to these games. And you could also make the argument, yeah, but, you know, isn't it just headcanon or whatever? And, yeah, that's fine. You absolutely could. But I feel like it's too specific and unique a thing to say it's all just headcanon. I don't know where I'm trying to go, to be honest with you. Clearly not here. Because this is where I came from. And this is a lot of souls to just be messing around. Is it there? I mean, essentially, yes, right? What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to... Well, first of all, I should get back to the... I'm trying to... get back to where we left off before I got, you know, I sidetracked in like in a good way, but see how badly this can go in how short a time. Okay. I ran up here to, I didn't know if that was going to create an artificial choke point or if it was going to confuse the AI enough to sort of space them out without me having to aggro one at a time. Nope, dodging the wrong way. Played that poorly. It's an old game I used to play. I really enjoyed it. It's called Project IGI. It was like this first-person sort of quote-unquote tactical shooter. It wasn't really... It's an older game. And it had a couple things going for it. Back in the day, one of its claim to fame was that it used the game engine of a flight sim for its first-person shooter. So what they claimed is that that allowed you to have like expansive levels that you didn't normally get in this kind of shooter. And it was true. Like, you had levels that for the time seemed massive in scope. But the AI wasn't great. And so what you could do is you could, you know, do exactly what I'm doing here. You would sort of alert the base. And then, you know, the enemies, you know, would sort of figure out where you were. I don't know if there was... It didn't seem like they would lose track of you, if that makes sense. And so what you could do is you could alert the base, and then they would just file into the room one by one, and you would just shoot them as they came around a corner or through a doorway or whatever it was that you sort of created that choke point. So it was sort of a weird thing because, whoops, nope. Wow, that was tragic. So yeah, it made it interesting because you could sort of play the game as intended. And then if you ever got really frustrated with it, you could just sort of nope and have the AI sort of trip over itself and yeah. So anyway, so here's the trick. Just left 7,000 souls on the ground. I kind of want those back because it's getting toward... Yeah, I'm going to have to deal with this guy first, and this could be a mistake. You know what, can I... Not yet. Why can't I do it yet? Part of me wonders what would just... I hate doing it with like 7,000 souls on the line, but what would happen if you just brought the... Because I think the trolls can hit their own guys. So I'm going to use Headless because I really want to make sure I get those souls back. So, although this is going a little easier than I expected, I figured I'd be swarmed by now, and it seems to be okay. Here comes the swarm. So, let me figure out where my souls are. I didn't realize I was standing next to explosive barrel. Whoops. Now, it doesn't mean anything if I just die again. So what I should be doing is God, I know you can counter a kick. Headless still tearing it up. So I'm really close. No, I really wanted to kill that dog first. Now, the nice thing about the ramparts is that, I mean, they're a pain in the butt when you're trying to actually fight this thing, but hopefully it'll jam him up long enough getting through it. Eventually, you know, in an actual fight, he'll just smash. Oh, crap. Keep hitting health potion button. Nope. What's up? Oh, I was out of flask. Okay. Yeah, it was tricky because as you can see, I was having some real difficulty telling where I was, and now I'm sort of right back where I was a second ago. But, you know, maybe doing this 1 or 2 more times will get me the souls for that next level. Again, just trying to take care of my business by whatever ways work best. No, I was hoping to get a counter there. Backstab there. Counting on those invincibility frames to not get hit while I Now, I don't think you can actually use, like, the flamethrowers and stuff. Well, maybe you can, I don't know. But I don't believe those are options on the table. I don't know why I can't backstab these guys. here's the other thing. I'm wondering, did Headless die last time, or did I lose Headless? I'm wondering if Headless can help me take out. That'd be great. So I think you can backstab. Oops, you can walk into and get murdered. At least I'm a little closer to this door. Again, this is all such a, and I apologize, this is such a tedious exercise because all I'm trying to do is get my souls and then get a little bit more souls to hopefully get that next level, and then, who cares what happens. At some point it gets to the point where you're just like, you can't worry about the number of souls on the table, right? You just have to either walk away or just be okay with, because you're going to get them back. That's a guarantee. It's not like you're never going to get more souls for the rest of your life, but you just hate to have a level sitting there on the ground and then you lose it. Again, it helps to sort of oh. Okay, so I should definitely have the next level. So regardless of what happens here, assuming I don't blow it, I'm gonna just be content with what I got. Get that next strength point. Basically what I'm trying to get to, and I might not be able to get to it this run, like this video, is, we explored the lower deck, which is great. And I would have liked to have opened up that stone with the giant's help, but that might not be in the cards for this video. Maybe the next one, that can just be the focus. And yeah, let's get that strength point and then see what we can do. Okay, so we need to get that to 18 at a minimum. So 4 more levels. Okay. I mean, slowly but surely. So I'm wondering, because the trick with him is separating the dog from the larger creature. So that staircase seems to potentially do the trick. The question is, can he? Okay, yeah, I was about to say, how does he get up here? Because I'm assuming he can. Oh, see, I thought I dodged any of those. You can definitely... I thought you could backstab them. You end up fighting more of these things. And I feel like some playthrough I had it down. Now I really wish I could have Headless help me with the rest of this run, but that might not be in the cards. Now, I thought there was an NPC by one of these bonfires. It's up ahead, I believe. Hitting the lock on just to see if there's a target I can't see. Okay, so there's a staircase that'll take me. Mostly I'm worried about birds at this point. So there's the NPC. I don't know if there's a bonfire in there. Let me go get this golden seed. And then there's the giant that we need to... So what I might do is I might go talk to that NPC and then, you know, not rest at the bonfire so that alley's still cleared.
You were a fine warrior. Your only mistake was your choice of master. Let the winds lift you to a higher place.
Yeah, sort of see if I can clear the soldiers and then just take the giant on.
Are you? Clearly not one
First thing.
lot. I am Nepheli Lu, tarnished and warrior like you. I'm here by decree of my father. How utterly repellent this is. This grafting of Godric's ill befits a lord. He's tainted the very winds. If you intend to challenge Godric, I ask you call upon me. The winds run foul with his deeds. I'm certain father would permit me aid the fight. Apologies, but I've idled long enough. As fellow tarnished, we must each follow our own guidance, down whatever road takes us to the throne of Elden Lord. Apologies.
Okay, so we've exhausted her dialogue, and so yeah, so she's an NPC summon that we can now bring to the next boss fight. You know, I guess usually I assume that you have to talk to them in some fashion to unlock them. There was one that we could have dealt with, we could have brought in for Margit, and I don't know where that one came from. Well, we met them later in the level, so it seemed like it was a little out of order. But that's how sometimes it works. But yeah, so next time what we're going to try is we're going to see if we can get that giant to follow us down that path and knock open the treasure in the stone. Usually, for all the effort, we'll probably sit there and go like, oh, you know, it's not bad, but it's not, okay, whatever. But hopefully it'll be something worth it. All right, take it easy.